Alright, this is Fakar, this is Dwarf Fortress. I'm back after a couple days of not recording, not playing. Hopefully jump right back into where I left off last time. The fortress just got a migrant wave. Just looking at the therapist here now, see what we got. Sort this by nothing for a second here and look through what doors we got. We got, say, a good woodcutter here, so we'll take off our old woodcutter and put the new one on. Let's see. No new masons. Better farmers. So I'm going to turn off the other old crappier farmers. We just get the good one working at it. Also going to be our woodcutter, so that's fine though. Woodcutting is not an all-time job, so don't be too busy. Oh, sorry, it's not a new one. It's one of our older ones. Let's see. Nothing else really new here. I'm just going to filter this group by nickname. And we got a couple here. We got 6 dwarves here who have no nickname. None of them are particularly amazing, anything in particular. We've got a better woodcrafter, so I might leave that out of the mix. But the other 5, yeah, well, a couple of them anyways. I'm going to at least, what I'm going to do is actually name them Alpha. All of them. You can have the same nickname on multiple dwarves. It's not a unique identifier. The reason I do this is so that when I go to use them for something, in this case it's going to be military, they're all going to be in the first single military group. So I want to be able to quickly identify which are my military dwarves and which group they belong to in the military. This is going to be squads. We'll get into that in a minute. This one here is not... Let's just commit. Got 3 here left. Good plant gatherer. That's an important skill to have in your fort if you're going to be using them to gather the plants outside, which you can use to supplement your food and your booze production. You are not that great. You're a decent bone carver. We don't have a bone carver. Like I'm saying, leave you. You're a good wood crafter. Okay, so we got 3 dwarves named Alpha. So we're going to be starting our first military squad. And yeah, one of them is a really good glassmaker. Yeah, I'm going to leave you as not in the military. Last 2 here. Alright, so we're starting off a very weak military, just 2 dwarves, but it's enough for them to start sparring. So I'm going to commit that. I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to go back to the game. And I do want to start some metalworking here. In the immediate future here now, I want to make sure that cover our specialized dwarves, like for example our good mason. I don't want them hauling anything. I want them focused just on masonry. Just like our 2 miners are focused just on mining. I'm going to commit that. I'm going to go back to the game. I want to make sure that workflow is still enabled. I assumed it was, but just to make sure. And I want to do one more thing. I want to designate B for set building and item properties, D for dump, and I'm going to tell them to dump all this. And I want to go up here. I want to check out my I for zone. Okay, I do have a garbage dump right here. So they're going to They're going to pick up all the things I've marked as garbage there, and then move them up here. And later I'm going to undump those items so they can actually use them. You see all of our dwarves running out and starting to move all this junk. Now, while Cinnabar and Black Zircons aren't amazing, it is important to actually have this area cleared out in case I do ever want it. I'm going to be flooding this whole chamber here with lava, so I mined up right to this wall. and that's going to be a dangerous procedure. So I'm actually going to have to also build a single door. So add, this is Carpentry Workshop again. I'm just going to click on the Carpentry Workshop. I'm going to press A for add new task. I'm going to add a door. Here we go, door. I don't want that on repeat. I just want to make one door. I also want to designate H for channel. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to go B for build, W for E for furnace. I want to look at a magma smelter, which is L. Press enter. Okay, now there is a single darker green spot on this little blueprint here, and that darker spot means that that's one of the locations in this blueprint where the dwarves won't walk through. That's important for me to know because I'm going to have to channel out a spot for magma smelter to be able to access magma directly below it, which is why I'm going to flood this chamber below it. So I'm going to channel out a hole in the ground right here before I build this workshop, and they'll be able to access the magma below it. So I'm going to, and because in this workshop blueprint this one's darker green, it means that they won't be able to actually walk through it and accidentally fall down into lava, which can happen. So I know it's going to be right there, so I'm going to go back out of this. I'm going to D for designate, H for channel, and it's going to be right here. Enter twice. So at some point, one of our mining dwarves is going to come over here and they're going to channel that out. In addition, I want to designate a little spot here. 3. Okay, I want them to mine out this location. What's going to happen is that's going to be a new room for our dwarves to spawn in. I'm also going to want to add task. Going to make some wooden beds. Cancel that. Yeah, actually, a wooden bed, 2 of them. Wooden armor stand. And I think it's just an armor stand we need. Don't think we need anything else. This might be a wooden weapon stand. Not exactly sure. Yeah, it's a wooden weapon stand. So he's going to build those for items eventually. Alright, so announcements. We had our wind splints were completed. Wind animal grow up. They've stopped production on wooden buckets. Job manager, no orders on the go. I have a bunch of coffers and beds and thrones, which are chairs. So it looks like, and tables, looks like I have my furniture made for this bedroom set. So I'm going to press Alt F to bring up my Quick Fort plugin blueprints. So I'm going to go to bedrooms and build, and OK. I'm going to go B and O. I'm going to press Alt V to show the blueprint, the footprint rather, and then Alt D to designate. So it's now going to lay out the whole bedroom set. So I'm going to press Alt H to hide. I'm going to escape out of this. These dwarves are all running down in here to
do it. I just can't.
And I do have sound sense enabled here now. I'm not sure if you can hear that just yet. I'm going to check after this video whether or not that sound's coming through. Right, so I got an announcement there that said Dwarf suspended construction of a bed, cannot reach site. So this is the bed here. I'm going to press X to suspend construction, and that's going to unsuspend it. So he's going to try again at some point here now. These little blue bits here are cobaltite. Cobaltite can be refined into cobalt, which is it's a metal added in Masterwork, and it's better than iron, but worse than steel, I believe. It'll be handy to have some of that around. Looks like everything got built. You'll see a couple spots here flashing, both between like a bed and the armor stand, between that item and a rock. That means there's also a stone in the same space. Dwarves don't actually care if there's a bunch of stones and crap littered around their working area. They'll just go about it. They'll just step over it. Doesn't even really slow them down, to be honest. Let's just take a quick look around here. Alright, so it looks like they've totally cleared out all the stuff around it. So I'm going to go to Job Manager. I'm going to add a new order. I'm going to put in Noble. I'm going to Stone Noble set. I want 8, and I'm going to add a new order. Stone Dining. And I want two more stone dining sets. So I know I'm going to have to make another set of bedrooms there. I've got some announcements going on here, so I'm just going to press A, go to announcements, and zoom this location. Okay, so the dwarves are actually digging out this little spot I told them to dig out earlier. Alright, I'm going to designate T for trees. I want a couple more trees cut down. Looks like we don't have too many trees. Oh, here we go. There's a couple right here. Oh, T for trees. And another tree right here we cut down. And two more on top of this hill, so we're just going to cut them down as well. Alright, I just heard some noise there. Sounds like a combat report. So we have a camel is fighting, and our ranger is hunting. So our ranger, so one of our dwarves is a hunter, and he's going out and he's hunting what looks like a 2-humped camel. So a tungsten broadhead bolt strikes the 2-humped camel in the front hump, tearing the fat, fracturing the bone, and the artery has been opened up, and sensory nerve has been severed, and a tendon has been torn. So this is a pretty devastating attack there to the front right leg of the 2-hump camel. So I'm just going to view this report, yeah. And if I press U for units and go to Other, and I can C to go to that unit. W for wound, it's this one right here. And actually there's some blood on the ground here next to it. So that's Dwarf right here. Right here is hunting this camel. So I press period. I can advance it by a frame at a time. I believe it's period. It should be period here, yeah. I just unpause it for a second. This camel here now has been hit in the upper body. Front right leg is winded. It is in pain. The front hump is bruised. The right lung is broken, and the right front leg is broken. So this camel doesn't have much time left. And we look here now again. It's been knocked unconscious. It's still winded, and it's both front left and right legs have been broken. And there now it's dead. So there's couple bolts right here for them to collect. And I can press F to claim that, and F to claim that. There's a 2 on camel corpse, and there's some pool of blood there. So he's going to hopefully drag that back. Yeah, he's going to drag that back to our site. Designate T to chop down. There's a couple more trees here that we can cut down. Also got an announcement here on the bottom that a Masterwork has been created. So our mason has become quite proficient here now, and they start making some really good materials, which is very good for us. It means that by having these Masterwork items, right, and we can see right here we've got all this junk here has been removed. So I'm going to B to build, D for door. This is how you build it normally. If you didn't use Quickport, this is how you'd build all your beds and stuff. So D for door, press enter, and you want to select which one. I want to use the wooden door. You can see up here it's 16 blocks away, and we have one of them. We also have one dacite and one basalt door. Sorry, we require one dacite and one basalt door, so we can choose any one of those to have. So I'm going to put the wooden one down there, and one of the dwarves is going to grab that from here. I also want to check on this. Looks like we finished up the beds and the armor stand and the weapon stand, so I'm going to B again for bed. And in this room here, I'm going to place the bed right here. And again, I want to use wooden beds. And B for bed. Ref wooden bed. Yeah, and I was right the first time. We've got one selected. We have one available. I'm going to put armor stand. I'm going to put armor stand here in the middle. And I want to use wooden and weapon rack. No. Weapon rack. Weapon rack is R. And again, wooden weapon rack. So the dwarves are going to go grab these items. They're going to drag them down here to make them. Build E for furnace, magma smelter. I can build it now even though it won't work. I don't care what they make out of. Basalt blocks is fine. And I want to designate D for mine, and I want them to mine this one location. And with any luck, our dwarf is going to escape uninjured. And he died. That sucks.
Winter has arrived.
And what happened there is because he attacked it from this bottom angle up, and he tried to run through the lava, he is now gone. That sucks. There are much safer ways to do it, and I almost always gamble with doing it this way. And yeah, didn't pay out for us. So we got a door here now. I'm going to make it L for forbidden, and it's going to be O here to make it tightly closed, and it's an internal door. So it is a forbidden door. I don't want anyone ever going through that. And you just see here now it's filling up with magma. So we've lost one of our dwarves. That's sucky. It's one of our expert miners. I'm going to pause the game here now. I'm going to go back to therapist. I'm going to read our dwarves. We're down one of our dwarves. One of our original dwarves, no less. So we should probably make a new miner. So we've got a couple guys here. Glass making we don't need right away. Processing, wood crafting. Let's go back to the game here now for a second. U for units, dead and missing. J. Feldon. J. Feldon, you're dead, so let's make a new J. Feldon. You. You're J. Feldon. Actually, you're J. Feldon, the second. And you're going to be a miner. I don't care how good you are at it. Yeah, you're a miner. Commit. Now, because our miner died and their body was burned up by magma, there's no body to recover. So we're going to have to bury them normally. Because there's no body to bury, we're going to have to make a burial monument. A memorial monument, rather. So they're going to have to make a slab and engrave it and set it somewhere to commemorate Jay Felden. Otherwise, Jay Felden is going to come back and haunt us as a ghost, which is going to be unpleasant, seeing as we didn't die in very good ways. Now, if he was really, really happy he died, there's a chance that he'll come back as a ghost who's happy, and he'll be partying with us all the time. But I don't think that's going to happen. I never have that luck. We see the magma just pouring in here now. This is also detracting from this layer here, but because these are all source blocks, it's going to recover. And I'm going to pause for right now and see you in the next video.